Grand Risings, Soul Family. Well, it's a Grand Rising for me. So wherever you are in the world, I am sending you love and blessings from the Ackee tree. And I just wanted to share with you some of the Ackee tree wisdom this rising. Greetings, Catherine. I hope you are well. As I'm sitting down, taking a moment to replenish and refuel and rejuvenate myself. Greetings, Esme. I'm sitting under the Ackee tree. And the Ackee tree said to me, what is it that you value? What is it that you value in life? Do you value money? Do you value time? Do you value freedom? Do you value peace? Do you value joy? What do you really value? Because in a world where we're always striving for goals and achieving success, what is it that you really value? What is it that you really want to achieve those goals for? What is it that you really want to be a healer, be a coach, be a whatever? What is it that you really want to do it for? What is it? What is the value that you want to share with the world? And what is the value that you want to receive? Beautiful, Esme. I'll touch on that in a moment. That's amazing. And so when I was asked by the Ackee tree that said to me this rising, what is it that I value? I realized I value my peace of mind. I value time to do what I enjoy doing. I value being in nature, for it brings peace to my soul. I value truth and authenticity, which is why I've been feeling such a disconnection to this new age and spiritual community, because I value truth. I value what I have to give to the world, and I value being in integrity with that. I value humanity. I'm passionate about humanity's healing. I'm passionate about it because I understand what it takes. I'm passionate about it because I understand that on the other side of all of our grief and our anguish and our pain is our power. That everything is happening so that we would see the value in ourselves, so that we would see the value in our energy, the attention that we pay to everything, the energy and attention that we pay, and how we see the amount of energy, the amount of power that we actually have. Everything in this world that's happening right now is a destabilization process. In the UK, we've seen more flipping prime ministers than, some of us have had fresh underwear. Yeah? And like rats in a lab, in a box, waiting for the next sign and signal and direction, constantly being distracted from seeing that your energy is being harvested and siphoned, seeing that you're being placed in a space of wanting and wishing and waiting, on internet, watching people scrolling, watching people living these lives and plunging yourself into depression and despair, wanting to be something, valuing everything else except for yourself, valuing of other people's successes and judging yourself in alignment with that, and not valuing you, your unique journey, your unique expression, your unique gifts. I value self-compassion, self-forgiveness. I value freedom and liberation. And so when you start to really tune into what it is that you value over what it is that you seek or desire, and then when you start to see the value in you, things start to change. You'll never see yourself as powerless ever again. You'll never see yourself as broke, poor ever again. You'll recognize that whatever you value, you will pay your attention to. Whatever you value, you will make manifest. You will create. And you'll recognize that whatever you don't value, whatever doesn't value you, needs to fall away. Needs to be released. So this morning, the Ackee tree said to me what is it that I really value? And so I ask you the same thing. What is it that you really value? Not the trappings, not the money that's going to get you to where you want to be. What is it that you really, really value? And what is it of value that you have to give to the world? Because answering those two questions will be the first step towards you living a life that allows you to truly be free. Not a life where you choose to serve others in order to quench your own inner desire to be served and to feel the abundance and to feel support. What is it that you truly value? Simone says she values peace. Girl, that was the first thing I said. And I never used to value peace. I used to value being loved by others. I used to value giving others peace without recognizing that my own peace is powerful. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I am here and I'm just taking a few moments to reflect and just give thanks. So Lars says she values feeling safe. I love that. Greetings, Sister Reese. Just popping in as I take a little moment out and just sharing and asking each one of you to share, what is it that you truly value? So Lars says she values feeling safe. Somebody else says they value peace. Tune into what it is that you value. Seek what you value first, and everything else comes after. Everything else comes after. Esme said, I value feeling big and safe. So then do the things that help to create that safety. First internally and then externally. Always internally and then externally. Giving thanks, sis. Yeah, I'm just taking in some rays. I had to disconnect and just get away and find myself. Because we are always going through a process of transformation and death. Because the us that we think we are, the collection of all the experiences, that is not who we are. And so in order for us to elevate and liberate and get even deeper towards our own soul's truth, we've got to smash all of those parts of ourselves. And it's not an easy job. Sometimes it will feel as if you're going mad. But really what it is you unraveling the madness that you have got used to as normality. You living and existing as somebody else in order to feel safe. It's about releasing that. And just choosing to be safe within yourself regardless, to love on all of the parts of yourself through a journey of self-compassion, self-forgiveness, and not being afraid to speak your pain and your truth and then surrender it. So, because I value feeling peace in my body, joy in my body. I value feeling loved. I value feeling connected. So I'm readjusting and realigning my values so that they feed me and that I feed them, rather than placing my values in things that shift like sand. So Reese says she's valuing herself and my own happiness. Go, I would just, you see what I mean? You see? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Ashe. And Simone says we are on the same journey into to release the old and bring in the new, death and transformation. Yeah, and we had the eclipse last night as well. There is a collective opportunity for shift. And what I want to let you know is you can sometimes think, okay, even when these eclipses and these moments come, these celestial opportunities come, it's not for you to sit and wait for some, star to fall out the sky or for something to happen to you. It's an opportunity and an invitation for you to choose. Choose to utilize that energy to amplify or propel you into the reality, the space, the shift that is required for your growth and for your next level of elevation. We are always wanting and waiting for something outside of ourselves to happen, waiting for some great event without recognizing that we are the event. And until we realize that our life is going to keep on throwing us curveballs, which are really opportunities for us to get rid of what doesn't serve us. And that doesn't mean just simple, superficial things. You're going to be asked to get deeper. You're going to be questioned into why you show up in the way that you show up. And you aren't who you think you are. There are so many different levels and layers to pull back. So then death becomes something that is a inviting thing. You die every day. Every night when you go to sleep, you die. You disconnect from this realm. And every morning you rise. Some of us don't rise. Some of us don't return from that place that we call sleep. So it truly is death. So if you are here, it's for you to have a new chance to live. What did you learn yesterday? Not what are you going to bring in from yesterday, but what did you learn yesterday that you can use to help today be better, to move faster, to be more enjoyable, to get closer to the joy and happiness of what this human life experience offers. So I value softness. Yes, I value softness, but I also have learned to balance and understand and recognize that the softness and the hardness occupy the same space. Your light and your dark occupy the same space, both needed. Both needed. So sometimes you do need the softness, but at times you need the harshness so that you would get up and move and act. So, yeah, just sharing and connecting with you all. I know there's a lot of change happening around you. Don't be like the rat in the box. Don't be distracted. What you think you need, the medicine you think you need, is in the slowing down and in the silence. And your body, your reality is going to keep on until you see that all you need to do is stand and be at peace and trust and follow your own heart and choose to live from that place, and you'll find the way. Promise you. Hey,
Well done.
greetings!
Greetings, sis. Hey, everyone.
Hey, sis.
How
Can
you
you hear me?
doing? I can hear you. Yeah, the connection's a bit.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm in the sun. I'm in Tobago, so I'm doing my spiritual journey here right now. Yeah, man. I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm so
You
happy
know
to
we're
be here.
always aligned, so
Trust me. Well, Libra twins, man.
Ashe.
Ashay, man. Ashay, Ashay. Yeah,
Ashe.
I feel you on your spiritual journey, sis. I'm right there with you, and everyone else who's tuned in.
Bless you, sis. And
Yeah.
so what is it that you would like to share today that, could be of value to somebody?
I think for me, my in my meditation being here, this is just accepting that, like you said, I am light, I'm dark, I'm beautiful, I'm complex, and to leave things in the past, learn the lessons, move on. I sort of like it's like I'm learning to just let go and to let be, and just be okay with not being perfect, being perfectly perfect, and that's okay. I used to feel so much guilt that I wasn't performing or meeting expectations, and I realized that was actually holding me back from being my best self. And I have to accept
Yes.
that I'm not always going to do things right, and I'm not going to meet everyone's expectations. But if I could just accept myself, then I feel more free. So that self acceptance, that's where I'm at the moment, just trying to find being okay with just being who I am, and that's enough.
Ah,
That's enough. Yeah, that's enough.
Ashe.
Yeah.
How
So
beautiful.
that's where I'm at. Yeah,
That feels like cool waters,
yeah, man.
because we spend so much time trying and doing and exerting all this energy. And even with the healing
Yeah,
process, we attack it from this place of, I've got to fix myself. When
yeah.
really,
That's a
really, the
journey.
healing is really, it is.
It's
And
a
the healing
journey.
is really
It's a
just like
journey.
pouring cool milk on all of it and saying, you know what, it's okay. And once you saying that you've been avoiding, all the things you've been avoiding healing, and you let that cool milk just nourish it, then you're able to
Mm-hmm.
see what's left. You're able to
Yes.
see the residue. So you can pick through it, but from a place of compassion, not from a place of
Mm.
hate or self guilt or
Yeah.
judgment, but from a place of compassion. And then you can take up whatever still resonates, those nuggets of gold, and you can now make golden milk. But the milk that
Yes.
you make now is more authentic. It pours from your heart. It pours from what is true and authentic in you. And then there'll be times where you'll have to stop that flow and say, you know what, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
keep that flow for myself. I'm going to fill myself up. And that is as equally as loving as giving that love to
Absolutely.
others. And
And
you know
pouring,
something?
when you're pouring from the cup, I learned that when you're pouring, you're pouring from the overflow. What's in the cup is yours. And because sometimes we pour,
Hey,
yeah, you have to pour from the overflow, not from the cup. The cup is yours. Because when your
exactly.
cup is full, then but your best self, your authentic self, you've got enough to give. But you can't pour from an empty cup, and the overflow is for everyone else. So I come to that
Ah,
realization. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Ashe.
man.
that's so
Yeah.
interesting because part of where I'm in a sacred location right now, but I'm working on a retreat for our Black sisters. Well, not even just Black
Nah.
sisters, but especially us, but us sisters, and just really allowing myself through my own journey to immerse myself into that transformational experience that we have to go through. And at the core of it is that thing of self-forgiveness, self-compassion, letting
Mhm.
go, understanding how we distract ourselves from our pain through
Yeah.
this pursuit
Yeah.
of perfection, or this
Or to numb
disregard
it,
for,
or to
yeah,
numb
oh
your
girl,
pain.
yes,
Yeah,
listen,
I was guilty of numbing my pain. Yeah, trust me, I've been
and
guilty of that.
just
Yeah.
and being able to sit with it, and even being held as you sit through it, because it
Mhm.
can be really scary. It's literally like taking a hammer and smashing yourself to pieces, right, in terms of who you
Mm.
think you are, but how
Mhm.
important it is for us to have those spaces where our darkness, those parts of us that we choose to ignore, those parts of us that we choose to soothe through other people, those parts of us that, you know, we quite bring to balance. We've got to love those ugly parts. We've got to recognize where we have come out of balance and bring ourselves into harmony and take that journey, knowing that it is going to allow us to then be able to enjoy the softness of our feminine energy and the strength of our masculine energy and just be full in who we are. But it's something that's
Abs-
really important because we are always, you know, serving, always doing, always striving, preconditioned and programmed to always want to be better, do better, carry.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
really the peace and the power comes from being able to surrender that burden, to be accountable to our shadow and understand it, honor it, be honest with it, and
Oh
then
yeah.
let all of the rest of that shit go.
I'm doing this course. So there's this beautiful woman called Candice Randell. She has these amazing courses. So one of them was emotional rehab, and the other one was shadow work. Shadow work is brilliant. A new
Exactly.
concept of shadow work, and it's those parts that you hide, you push down, you suppress, and you don't
Exactly.
know that part of you, but that is who you are. And you see, like you've got to accept those parts of you. You may seem ugly to others, but actually they're beautiful because when you accept them, they're part of you. It's like you can't reject parts of yourself. You have to embrace all of it. And that's
Exactly.
out to Candice Vandell. Thank you for that course. Brilliant. It helps me to
Yeah,
understand
it's
that I accept every part of
that's
me.
the powerful thing.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sharing, but because it is that, and it's not even only the parts of us that we've rejected, it's also the parts of us that we've allowed others to make ugly, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and those parts of us hold our power. Even in the
Mm-hmm.
book, in my book, The 12 Seeds, I talk about it. There is a chapter where it talks about the power of your shadow,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't realize how the toxicity held within our shadow is also damaging our bodies. A lot
Yeah.
of the womb trauma that we face, a lot of the sexual shame, a lot of the relationship dysfunction is all about our lack of ability to communicate our pain, to recognize our faults and our misgivings, and
Mm-hmm.
soften into and surrender into the healing of that. Do you know what
I
I
reckon
mean? Because it's integral.
I've gone through a lot of that. You know already this, and I know that a lot of my troubles with my fertility and my womb issues were down to a lot of guilt and shame, with my past.
Yes.
All of that, I know it's all connected. All of it's connected.
Yes.
As I grow and learn and understand, I'm like, right, my body took hold of that pain.
Exactly.
Yeah, my body, basically, all
Exactly.
of that was part of my body saying, it's hurt, it's pain, it's trauma, it's all of it. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And we are on a process, on a journey of transformation. And the first thing that you've got to be willing to do is to surrender that. And
Absolutely.
surrender it means feeling it, it means owning it, it means connecting with it, but it also
Mm,
means surrendering, you know,
mm,
and we are so afraid to do that. One of the things
mm.
we were doing
Because that's
yesterday,
your most vulnerable. To surrender is to be absolutely vulnerable, and I don't think
100%.
being vulnerable is scary.
It is,
It
but it's also liberating.
is because
And I think that that's
control.
you know what? You are right, But it's like we've been taught, we've been conditioned into that being scary, you know,
Yeah.
because really it's enlightening. It brings
Mm.
lightness to your soul, because a lot of the things that we carry and walk around with, that's what, you know, this like the emperor's new clothes, right? We think that we are hiding all of those hidden parts of us with all of these fancy things, and, you know, our professional qualifications, and, you know, our need for 5-star luxury and all of these things. When you strip all of that shit away, who are you really? When you are
Exactly.
naked and vulnerable. And so that's what brought me back to, what is it that you really value? Do you value the comfort? Even with our spirituality, people want to be comfortable. They want to go to a nice retreat where it's all 5-star and gong baths to be distracted from
Mm-hmm.
their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I've realized that my purpose and my journey, and the reason why I felt a little bit disconnected from the spiritual community for a while, is because that's not what I'm here to do. I understand the intensity that it takes to really heal your shit. But I
Mm-hmm.
also know the power that's on the other side of it. I know the liberation that's on the other side of it. And you
Uh,
aren't here to
big time.
meditate and chant away all of those experiences. You came to experience them fully.
Yeah.
So
Fully.
to
Yeah.
immerse yourself and to surrender it yourself into that experience is what's going to propel you into this next level of being.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you're going through right now is an opportunity for you to have a deeper understanding for yourself and an awaken another level of power. What you think you couldn't do, you can do through whatever obstacle life is presenting to you, whether it's illness, whether it's lack of abundance. It's all to help you to tap into that part of you that will activate that change. So
Mm-hmm.
again,
Sorry
what do
if
you
my
value?
connection keeps going in and out.
That's all
One
right,
sec.
sis. It's
Do
all
you know what?
right.
I don't know where you are, sis, but there's a tropical storm moving up from Guyana, coming up through to Trinidad and Tobago, where I am, and
Okay.
it's moved to the ABC Islands. But there's going to be a lot of rain, so I don't know if that's affecting the Wi-Fi connections and stuff. There's been so many problems with connections. So just sorry if I keep going in and out.
Girl, do you know what? That's also symbolic, because there is a change happening in the grid of the earth. It's literally like something is changing over. And those disruptions in the so-called Wi-Fi are opportunities for us to just tap into to organic intelligence, to start tapping into each other intuitively and feeling each other. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's all of this distance, this separation, this distance, this I am you and you are separate from me and you live over there. All of that is what has killing us, our
Yeah.
disconnection from nature and our disconnection from ourselves. So even
Yeah.
me, I've only jumped on this phone because sitting under the tree, my spirit was inspiring me to just share. You know, and now my phone is overheating, so I'll be coming off in a minute. But it's like,
As you came on, I just picked up my phone and it just said, "Ah, the Menti's gone live." I was like, "Let me see what my girl's saying," because I remember we texted each other before. I told you I was coming out here, and I just come back from a run.
yeah,
I went for a run and it was hot, boy. I should have gone a bit earlier. And the timing, our timings are all points. I love that.
always aligned, always
Points.
aligned. But sis, it's been a pleasure, and I feel like the people in
Ah,
the audience or people who've been tuning in have really got something from
I
this.
hope.
And somebody said it's vital to have safe spaces where vulnerability is held, and that's what we're working on creating. So as soon as I touch back, sis, we'll be in contact, and yeah, I'll be
Wait,
sharing a lot more about what we've got in place.
yeah,
And
we've got
yeah,
one.
these are real authentic spaces. This wasn't planned or aligned, but look how the divine aligned us both to come and